national anthem. We'd like the players to remain on the field as we introduce Paul LaFleur from the American Legion Baseball Committee, who will be sharing with us the Sportsman's Code.
Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Rotary Field in South Windsor, Connecticut. We're getting underway just a little bit early here at Rotary Field in this Northeast Regional Tournament, the Super Regionals between Southington and Waterford. The first game on tap today, the second game this afternoon between West Hartford and Bristol. And Paul LaFleur from Bristol American Legion has just gone over the Sportsman's Code of Conduct with
Best
the
of
players.
luck, Southington and Waterford.
And we're just about ready to get underway here. Waterford comes in with they are the Zone 6 champion. They were 18-6 record. Southington comes in with Zone 1. They are the South champ. They come in with a record of 17-7. So should be a great one today. It's basically in this North Regional Tournament. It seems to be Zone 1 versus Zone 6. There's three of the teams here that are in this tournament. Southington, West Hartford, and Bristol are all part of Zone 1. Waterford, the champions of Zone 6. And we're just about ready to get underway. Well, the lineup for the visitors today, which will be Southington, and leading it off is Sean Crean. He'll play left field. He's batting first. Is Jeremy Mercier, the third baseman, batting second. Kyle Leifert, the designated hitter, batting third. In the cleanup spot is Josh Panarella, the catcher. In the 5 spot is Jake Romano, the shortstop. In batting sixth will be Brandon Cole, the center fielder. Batting seventh, Anish Avancha. He'll be playing first base. Connor Patnaud, the second baseman, will bat eighth. And batting ninth will be Tyler Strong. And the pitcher for Southington today will be Nick Borkowski. Well, I'm here today. I'm Steve Riley, and I'm here with my good friend Jim Vardalis. And Jim,
sorry, I was a little late there, Riles. I was like Joey Chestnut going down there to the concession stand. Great to be here, though. Beautiful day here at Rotary Field.
Yes, it certainly is. And on the mound is the ace from Waterford, Peyton Sutman. He's a good one. And behind the dish, catching the balls and strikes today will be Ben Jerome. Down there at third base, Ryan Bakken. At short will be Elijah Martinez. At second base, Anthony Tanucci. And at first base, Ryan O'Connell. In left field will be Matt Sanford. Way out in center field, covering a lot of ground today, will be Bob Silva. And in right field will be Robert Zawa. And we're just about getting underway here. As you said, Jim, beautiful ballpark today. Beautiful day for baseball. You can see on the monitor the beautiful blue sky out in center, left and right, and those beautiful trees that line the outfield in this ballpark.
Yeah, definitely a lot of ambiance to this field, Riles.
Yeah. It's a beautiful field, a big one, 400 feet in straight center field. You can't say that's not a poke. Down the left field line, my eyes don't deceive me. That looks like a 335 down there. And down in right field, it's 340 feet. So if you can put it out of here with a wooden bat, you must have hit the ball well. We're right about to get underway now. As leading it off for Southington will be Sean Crean, the left fielder. As we're ready to go is the Waterford champions of Zone 6. Just about ready to go. I could watch the Southington pitcher down there still warming up down the right field line.
Sean Crean.
Crean steps in from the right side. And we're just about ready to go underway. We're starting right on time at 1 o'clock. Here's the first pitch. It's a base hit through the middle.
It's the way you like it if you're Southington right now. One pitch, one hit.
Yep. Yes, sirree.
Next up for Southington,
Sean Crean, that
number
product
14,
from
Jeremy
St. Paul High
Mercier.
School. Brings up Jerry Mercier. Well, Southington, the defending state champions in Connecticut, heard from their coach earlier today that they have 11 players returning for that team. The first pitch to the right-handed Jeremy Mercier is in there for strike one. Well, Don Boyle has the call down there from Seppa Field in Meriden. That game, Hamden against Stanford, just getting underway. And there's a ball in the dirt, so it's 1-1. Scoreboard not operating here today.
No, it is.
Oh, it is?
Yep.
Okay, there's just nothing on the board yet, right?
0 runs, 1 hit.
Ah, yes, there it is. You're right. A little different kind of scoreboard. Runner goes. Here's the throw to second. It's not in time. And Crean has himself a stolen base. That was a ball. So it looks like the count's now going to be 2-1 to Jeremy Mercier.
Yeah, hitters count here. You got a runner in scoring position. Need to get the ball through the infield or out into that gap.
Yeah, should be shooting that ball to right field. And here's the pitch. Up high for ball 3. Jeremy Mercier goes to UConn. He graduated from Southington High in 2018. And here's the 3-1. It's popped up in the infield between short and second base. In shallow center field, going back to get it is the shortstop Elijah Martinez, and he makes the catch.
Yeah, if you're Southington there, you're just giving it away. 3-1. You need to hit that ball down and hard somewhere.
Yeah.
Leifert.
Kyle Leifert now comes up. Kyle is the designated hitter. Kyle is a 2019 graduate of Southington High School. If you just joined us, the leadoff hitter, Sean Crean, got a single up the middle. He's now on second after a stolen base. After a pop-up to short, Kyle Leifert takes ball 1, and now the catcher, Jerome, wants to talk to his pitcher, probably to straighten out the signals now that there's a runner on second base. He must have gotten a different pitch than he thought he was going to get. It is one beautiful day for baseball. We have 3 umpires today in this super regional. And here's the pitch. Inside, ball 2. Field is in excellent condition. They do a great job up here at Rotary Field with their field. They take a lot of pride in it. And here's the pitch. Ripped down the left field line. If this is fair, it's going to be extra bases. It is. Sean Crean will round third and come home easily. And Leifert has himself a stand-up double and an RBI. And Southington has struck first, taking the lead 1-0.
Definitely takes a little pressure off your pitcher coming in the bottom of the first with a 1-0 lead. Big double there for Leifert.
Yeah, he scorched that thing down that line. And that's going to bring up Josh Panarella. So the defending champ Southington right off the bat. Didn't take him many batters to take the lead 1-0. Leifert with a huge lead off second base now. And Josh Panarella steps in. He's the Southington catcher. And here's the pitch. It's in there for a strike on the inside part of the plate. Panarella goes to Sacred Heart University. He's another Southington graduate of 2018. Big lead out there at second base. Here's the pitch. Popped up between short and third, and Elijah Martinez will get another one. As he catches that one right behind third base. That time Panarella got jammed, and there's two outs.
Number 8, Jake Romano.
Jake Romano steps in. Jake graduated from Southington High this year. A lot of Southington High products here. Some from, let's see, one from Kingswood, Oxford, Sacred Heart, Boston University, Western New England, St. Paul. A lot of teams. Brandeis, Endicott College. This team has 11 players back from that championship run last year. The first pitch to Romano is low for a ball. A lot of foul ground territory here at Rotary Field. As you can see on our GoPro camera view that Jim had set up there on the backstop fence. Let's hope it stays protected back there. Doesn't get a foul ball right off it.
Yeah.
So we're perched up here on the second floor of this Rotary Field press box. Down below us is the food. There's a ground ball to the third baseman, and he makes the throw. That's Bakken over to O'Connell to retire the side. Well, for Southington here in the top of the first, they got one run on 2 hits. There were no errors. They leave one runner on base. We'll be right back with the bottom of the first. Score is Southington 1 and Waterford coming to bat.
I never realized how much the American Legion did in our community until I was overseas and my family needed help. The Legion was there, taking care of things I couldn't, and they asked nothing in return. I guess it's because they know what I'm going through. They've been here before. And when I looked into it, I discovered that there was a way for me to continue to serve my fellow veterans and my community through the American Legion. That's why I joined.
The American Legion, we're a powerful force for the nation. We're patriots through and through. We believe in our flag and all that it stands for. Our Constitution, our Pledge of Allegiance, our way of life are all fundamental to maintaining our freedom and the standing that we have as the greatest country on earth. We promote and defend these values every day in communities across the nation. Go to legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to America.
America, meet Greg Anderson, served 2 tours in Afghanistan, Bronze Star and Purple Heart recipient, and unemployed. The unemployment rate among transitioning service members is unacceptably high, much higher than the general population. Veterans are a proven commodity. They're mature, reliable, and hardworking, and they deserve a chance to get back to work after serving their country. Do you really want to honor a veteran?
Right back here at Rotary Field, and Waterford will come up to bat first. And Jim, the batting order for Waterford?
Well, leading off for Waterford, we have Ben Jerome. Jerome. Sorry about that. Number 8, Ryan Bakken. Batting third, Eliza Martinez. Batting fourth, Peyton Sutman. Batting fifth, Matt Sanford. He's number 7. He'll be in left field. Batting sixth, number 13, Anthony Tanucci. He's playing second base. Batting seventh, number 11, Ryan O'Connell. He's at first base. Batting eighth, number 16, Robert Zawacki. He's in right. Batting ninth is Bob Silva. He's number 4. He'll be in center field.
Well, Nick Borkowski on the mound for Southington. And there's strike 3 call to Ben Jerome, and he goes down looking. He's a good one, is Borkowski. He's their stud. He's got a 1.12 ERA. 33 strikeouts, only 6 walks on the season. Behind the dish, catching those balls and strikes for Mr. Borkowski is Josh Panarella. Down at third, Jeremy Mercier. Jake Romano at shortstop. And that's ball 1 now to Ryan Bakken. Connor Patnaud is at second base, and Anish Avancha is at first. Sean Crean in left, Brandon Cole in straight center, and Tyler Strong in right. And there's the pitch right down. So it's 1 ball, 1 strike now to Ryan Bakken, the third baseman. Ryan goes to Waterford High School. He's going to be a senior next year. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Pretty curveball that time by Borkowski. Borkowski goes to Endicott College. Another curve, and he waves at it. Bakken goes down swinging. So 2 strikeouts in a row now for Nick Borkowski.
Batting next, Elijah Martinez.
Comes Elijah Martinez, the shortstop. Well, if you just joined us, Southington on a Kyle Leifert double knocked in Sean Crean for the first run of the game, and they lead it 1-0 here in the bottom of the first with 2 outs. First pitch to Martinez, another curveball / slider for a ball.
Would like to announce somebody on the third base side.
And here's the 1-0. That one misses 2-0.
You're on top of it. Now somebody else may be short. Sorry.
So it's 2-0 now to Martinez. Borkowski looks in for the sign, going from the first base side of the rubber. It's popped up into center field, but it went further than I thought. It went out there to right center, and making the grab is Brendan Cole. So 3 up, 3 down here for Waterford in the bottom of the first. We'll be right back. The top of the second inning. Southington.
The American Legion. We're a powerful force for the nation. We're patriots through and through. We believe in our flag and all that it stands for. Our Constitution, our Pledge of Allegiance, our way of life are all fundamental to maintaining our freedom and the standing that we have as the greatest country on earth. We promote and defend these values every day in communities across the nation. Go to legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to America.
The American Legion honors our newest generation of warriors and veterans. Please join us in supporting and recognizing their unique contributions and needs. Go to legion.org/honor veterans to find out more. Life in the military is one of service and sacrifice. And for some, that sacrifice is more than many of us can imagine. Please join with the American Legion in recognizing and supporting our wounded warriors and their families. Let's not allow them to be forgotten and left to fend for themselves. They deserve more. Sometimes just thank you isn't enough. Go to legion.org/honor veterans to find out how you can help.
Come back here to Rotary Field in beautiful South Windsor, Connecticut, for this Connecticut American Legion Super Regional Tournament game between Southington and Waterford. Steve Riley, Jim Vardalis on the call here this afternoon. And we just got word, Jim, that down there at SEPA Field, they are in a lightning delay.
Really? We got beautiful skies here.
Sorry for that down there. So I hope the
Southington,
listeners and viewers can just tune
2,
into this game and
Cole.
enjoy it for a while, as we got a good one so far. Southington leads it by the slim score of 1-0. We're only in the top of the second inning. Coming up for Southington now is Brandon Cole. He'll be followed by Anish Avancha and Connor Patinard. And on the mound, Peyton Sutman. And the first pitch is bounced in the dirt. It's 1-0 now to Brandon Cole.
Southing jumping out to that 1-0 lead. You gotta think Waterford's pitcher here, Peyton Sutman, is gonna have to keep him off balance, curve balls, and.
Yep. There's a 1-0 slider / curve of sorts, and he's swinging through it. Is Cole, so he expected a fastball. Got to do a good job of mixing up your pitches. Here's the 1-1. There's a swing and a miss. So it's 1-2. Another interesting stat about this Waterford team, Jim, is that they were 12-2 at home and 6-4 on the road, compared to Southington's 7-5 at home, 10-2 whenever they played away from their ballpark.
Wow.
There's a fastball up high, swing and a miss. First strikeout for Peyton Sutman.
Up next for Southington,
So it's
number 13.
1 out here, and Anish Avancha.
Avancha.
The first baseman comes up. Big, tall, right-handed hitted first baseman for Waterford. Anish goes to for Southington. Anish goes to Brandeis University. He's a 2018 graduate of Southington. Curveball's in there for strike one. And he wiggles that wooden bat around all wood bats in Connecticut American Legion play. And there's a rip down to third baseman. Scooting it on the ground, Ryan Bakken. Long throw up the line and a pretty tag by Ryan O'Connell.
Batting for Southington,
So
number
near
3,
collision there,
Connor
first base, but
Patton.
O'Connell does the job of catching it up the line and making the tag. With 2 outs, up comes Connor Patnaud. Well, Southington is actually ranked 3rd in the tournament in this super regional. Waterford ranked 2nd, Bristol 1st, West Hartford ranked 4th. Rank them all by records, I suppose. And here's a rip into right center, and coming on to get it is the right fielder, Robert Zawa. He makes a 2-handed catch, so scored that one a soft L9. 3 up, 3 down here for Southington in the top of the first. We'll be right back. The bottom of the second inning here from Rotary Field in South Windsor. The score, Southington 1, Waterford 0.
As we recognize the service of America's men and women in uniform, let's also honor the families who sacrifice so much every day. As the service member serves, so does the family. Do you really want to honor a veteran? Look for ways to support their families and thank them for their sacrifices. Go to legion.org/honor veterans to find out how you can help. The American Legion honors our newest generation of warriors and veterans. Please join us in supporting and recognizing their unique contributions and needs. Go to legion.org/honor veterans to find out more.
Today, more than ever before, women are on the front lines of America's defense. These brave women struggle and sacrifice to help keep our country secure. They deserve to be recognized for their service as guardians of freedom. Please support the American Legion's efforts to serve the growing number of women veterans. Go to legion.org/honor veterans to find out how you can help.
As we recognize the service.
All right, welcome back to this super regional game between Southington and Waterford.
Number 10,
Waterford
Peyton
coming to bat here in the
Sherman.
bottom of the second inning. Peyton Sutman coming up now. And Nick Borkowski struck out 2 batters in the first inning, faced the cleanup hitter Sutman. There's a foul ball straight back over the top of our heads. During a weather delay, or should we say more accurately, a lightning delay down there at Seppa Field in Meriden. For those of you on that channel that clicked over here, welcome. We're in the bottom of the second inning, 1-0 Southington. There's a pop-up into foul ground on the right side, going towards the Southington dugout and making the yeoman's efforts to catch her, but he can't get it.
That was a great effort by the catcher.
Yeah, Pandarella just slid right across that. Looks like crushed gravel over there on the right side. Trying to make that catch. So the count is 0-2 now to Peyton Sutman.
Yeah, let's see if Peyton can help himself out here. You know, nothing like getting your pitcher on and starting a little rally.
Big, tall, right-handed pitcher for Waterford. And he's now dug himself a hole, though, at 0-2. Here's the pitch. Curveball up high, swings through it. Sutman goes down swinging. 3rd strikeout so far, and only 4
next for
batters.
Waterford,
Matt
number
Sanford
7,
comes into the
Matt
plate now.
Sanford.
Sanford, a left-handed hitter. Said Waterford was 18-6 in the regular season. They scored 130 runs and gave up 80 on the season. There's a cut on and missed by the lefty Sanford. It was 0-1 to Matt. Bukowski shakes off one pitch. Now he throws another one, and it's inside for a ball. Bukowski working from the first base side of the rubber. Doesn't seem like there's that many clouds here so far at Rotary Field. Just some puffy ones out there in center and right center, 1 or 2 and left. outside is that curveball. So it's 2-1 now to Matt Sanford. And here's the pitch. Little two-seamer outside. It's 3-1. And the 3-1 delivery is popped up in the infield. Calling it's the pitcher. He's going to take it himself, and Borkowski makes the catch.
Coming back 3-1
Batting
there.
next, number 13,
Great job.
Anthony.
With only 6
Kenichi.
walks on the season, you got to know 3-1 he's coming back with a strike.
Yeah, absolutely. Good point. Anthony Tanucci steps in now. He's a second baseman. And here's the pitch. It's fouled straight back. Uh-oh, it might have jarred our visual screen there, and it does
did.
just slightly. We'll have to fix that a little between innings. Now you can see a little bit of a chain link on the backstop fence appearing on the right side of the fence. Yeah. Have to move it a little bit over to the left, I guess. At least it didn't totally obscure it. And there's a pitch down in. 1 ball, 1 strike now. You have to have it close enough to the chain links to get the lens through, but not too close so you can get it whacked and infected. There's the ball inside. So it's 2-1 now. 2 outs, bottom of the second inning, 1-0 Southington. Give a little mental egg timer there to keep bringing up the score, but it is on our scoreboard view. There's a bloop out into left center, and catching it on the run is the shortstop Romano. So score that one a P6 if you like to do that thing at home. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base for Waterford. We're moving on to the top of the third inning. Southington remains a 1-0 leader. We'll be back after this.
I never realized how much the American Legion did in our community until I was overseas and my family needed help. The Legion was there, taking care of things I couldn't, and they asked nothing in return. I guess it's because they know what I'm going through. They've been here before. And when I looked into it, I discovered that there was a way for me to continue to serve my fellow veterans and my community through the American Legion. That's why I joined.
The American Legion. We're a powerful force for the nation. We're patriots through and through. We believe in our flag and all that it stands for. Our Constitution, our Pledge of Allegiance, our way of life are all fundamental to maintaining our freedom and the standing that we have as the greatest country on earth. We promote and defend these values every day in communities across the nation. Go to legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to America.
America, meet Greg Anderson. Served 2 tours in Afghanistan, Bronze Star and Purple Heart recipient, and unemployed. The unemployment rate among transitioning service members is unacceptably high, much higher than the general population. Veterans are a proven commodity. They're mature, reliable, and hardworking, and they deserve a chance to get back to work after serving their country. Do you really want to honor a veteran? Hire one. Go to legion.org/honor veterans to find out how you can help.
I never.
All right back here at Rotary Field in South Windsor. There's that little bit of jostling. It's got to go. We're
Batting
trying
for
to
Southington,
adjust it.
Number 10, Tyler Strong.
That's good enough for now, Jim. We'll have to adjust it a little bit later. Nope. Now that he climbed down, it moved around. So there's a base hit to left field by the leadoff hitter for Southington here, the number 9 hitter Tyler Strong. And that foul ball jostled our camera a bit, so
Batting for Southington, number 12,
leadoff Sean Kring now,
Sean
who scored
Kring.
and got a single last time up. You can tell we just got to move that camera a little bit, I guess, because there's the chain link, and we have it on an angle, sort of, so we'll fix it between innings. There's a curveball up high to Kring.
That was a L7?
No, that's a base hit to left.
Oh, it was?
Yep. Southington with their second hit of the game. And the 9 hitter got that hit. That was Tyler Strong. Kring takes a ball upstairs. It's 2-0 now.
Kring started off that first inning with a single and a stolen base. Run scored.
Yep. Sean Crean, the product of St. Paul High School. And here's the pitch to Sean. It's low. It's now 3-0. They always talk about the statistics of how you score when the number 9 hitter gets on. Usually if he walks, there's almost a 90% chance he scores. Working from the stretch now is Peyton Sutman. Decent lead at first, and a low kick, high kick rather. Ball 4. And Crean's aboard, and Southington has first and
Batting
second
next,
and nobody out.
Number 14, Jeremy Mercier.
Jeremy Mercier steps up. He popped the short his first time up. Let's see if they, with the number 2 guy in the batting order, they try to do some bunt work or they just let him swing away. Big young man. Those white batting gloves. Wiggles that bat around, and now Sutman. He does square, and he bunts it, and it's foul. He was trying to run with the bunt before he bunted it down, so that's what happens, Jim, you know, when you do that.
Try to leave the box too early. You just need to get that bunt down. Don't let the water out of the bat.
As they say. When we say the water out of the bat, that means if you imagine the baseball bat it was hollow and it was filled with water, you can't let the fat part of the bat or the barrel go lower than the thin part, or you'd so-called let the water out, pop the ball up. One of those phrases that coaches use. And now Sutman looks back at the runner at second. He gets back easily to Strong. It's 0-1 now to Jeremy Mercier. Pitch up high. It's 1-1. Trying to throw it up in case he was bunting it. Not a bad idea. Throw a high pitch. See if he'll pop the bunt up. So 1-1. Sutman comes set and deals. There's ripped into left field, but right at the left fielder who makes a one-handed grab. The throw to second is not going to be in time as it's cut off by Martinez, the shortstop. So score that one in L7, and there's one out.
Batting for Southington, number
Kyle
21,
Leifert, who got the
Kyle
double down the left field
Leifert.
line, comes up again. And it looks like they're playing him to pull a little bit. Left-handed left fielder Matt Sanford. Outfield not too deep. And here's the first pitch. Sanford, he rips one down the left field line again. It's going, and it's just foul. Well, Leifert has proved himself that he pulls the ball, Jim.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, they have to.
That first
get
time
down
up,
there.
he ripped it down the left field line.
Yeah, this one got.
If you're Waterford, you definitely need to adjust here.
Yeah.
As the left fielder,
left fielder
slowly walks back.
Here's the 0-1 pitch, and breaking ball popped up, foul ground, well, fair ground or foul. Right on the line is the first baseman, O'Connell. He gets it in foul territory. So Leifert chased that curveball and popped it up. The best thing you can have if you're Sutman, and now there's 2 outs.
Number 7, Josh Panarella.
And the cleanup hitter, Josh Panarella, steps up. Southington at first and second and nobody out. Now there's first and second and 2 outs.
Yeah, you kind of see what happens when you can't get that bunt down, and then now you're left with 2 outs.
Yep. Ball away. 1-0 now. And Sutman now goes to second. He throws and not in time. They pulled that spin play with a little timing action with Martinez out there, but it didn't work. Southington defeated Niantic 4-3, then beat Berlin 11-1, then beat RCP to get here. There's a ground ball down the line at third. Backhanded stab by the third baseman. Long throw to first. Did they get him? Yes, they did.
What a play.
Beautiful play by the third baseman, Bakken. A nice high stretch by O'Connell. And the first base coach can't believe it, but it's enough. So Peyton Sutman gets out of that trouble for Southington here in the top of the third inning. They come up empty, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2 runners left on base. That's their second and third runner left on base here this afternoon. We're going to the bottom of the third inning. Southington still leads it by the slim score of 1-0.
Hit the volume.
Well, we'll keep it right back here. Sorry about that, no commercial, because what we did was we were trying to adjust our GoPro camera view to make it better for you, your viewing pleasure. And when commercials run, we can't see on our computer how the view looks. So we'll keep it right here. So for Southington so far, they got 1 run on 2 hits, no errors. They've left 3 on. Waterford 0-0-0-0 across the board. And they come up now in the bottom of the third inning. They'll send their 7, 8, and 9 hitters up to bat now. Ryan O'Connell, the first baseman. Thank you very much, Jim.
You're welcome.
Ryan
Doing that work there as our technical advisor as well as our color man. So O'Connell, Zawicki, and Silva will bring it up this inning. Big, tall first baseman O'Connell steps in. Swings through that first pitch. A little bit of a tail on it that broke down and in to O'Connell. Ryan O'Connell goes to be a senior next year at Waterford High, so he's coming back. There's a ball down low.
Waterford's really going to have to start getting more aggressive here. No hits through 2 innings. Got to put the pressure on the defense.
Yep, they have to put it in play other than popping it up. There's a foul ball there, kills our camera view again. Unfortunately, now might as well go down and fix it, I guess.
Oh, man. It's all right.
No problem, but it's just the way it goes. Is that when sometimes a foul ball back to the screen will do it. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to the big Ryan O'Connell. So we'll have that corrected in a second. As that foul ball off the chain link fence makes a turn. And there's a ground ball back to the mound. Borkowski gets it. He'll walk and now underhand it over to Anish Avancha for the first out. Score that one a 1-3, and that brings up
batting for
Robert
Waterford,
Zawacki.
Number 16, Robert Zawacki.
So, Borkowski's just pitched for the minimum so far. 7 batters up, 7 batters down, 3 strikeouts. And here's the first pitch to Zawacki. He fouls it off left side.
Is that a L1?
That was a 1-3 ground ball. Yep. Thanks again, Jim, for getting that adjustment up there.
Yeah, that looks a little better than the last time, too.
Yeah.
So.
And here's the 0-1. It's a ground ball to second base. Taking on a couple of hops is Patnod, and he snaps it over to Avancha for the second out.
Yeah, the fans down there were laughing. They go, oh, as soon as I saw that one, we knew he was going to be coming back down.
Down, yeah. Fix that camera view. Maybe between games we can get some white
Number
tape
4,
somewhere and just tape the camera
Bob Silva.
so we don't have to worry about that movement on the camera. Again, as I said before, it's tough to get. You have to get the lens to go through the lens so we don't block it by the chain links. That's a ball to Bobby Silva. So you have an unobstructed view of the game. If we put the GoPro camera up here in the press box, you'd have to look at the game through the chain link fence. And that's 1-2 now. I'm sorry, 2-0 rather, to the left-handed hitting Silva. Bukowski, as you said, Jim, doesn't walk many people. There
Yeah, he hasn't fallen behind in many counts, so comes back with a strike right there.
Yep.
2-1.
And here's the 2-1 delivery. It's a ground ball towards first. Fielded by Avancha. And he takes it for the out. Well, 9 batters have come to the plate for Waterford in this game, and 9 batters have gone down with an out. We'll be back with the top of the 4th inning. Southington still hanging on to that slim 1-0 lead.
I never realized how much the American Legion did in our community until I was overseas and my family needed help. The Legion was there, taking care of things I couldn't, and they asked nothing in return. I guess it's because they know what I'm going through. They've been here before, and when I looked into it, I discovered that there was a way for me to continue to serve my fellow veterans and my community through the American Legion. That's why I joined.
The American Legion, we're a powerful force for the nation. We're patriots through and through. We believe in our flag and all that it stands for. Our Constitution, our Pledge of Allegiance, our way of life are all fundamental to maintaining our freedom and the standing that we have as the greatest country on earth. We promote and defend these values every day in communities across the nation. Go to legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to America.
America, meet Greg Anderson, served 2 tours in Afghanistan, Bronze Star and Purple Heart recipient, and unemployed. The unemployment rate among transitioning service members is unacceptably high, much higher than the general population. Veterans are a proven commodity. They're mature, reliable, and hardworking, and they deserve a chance to get back to work after serving their country. Do you really want to honor a veteran? Hire one. Go to legion.org/honor veterans to find out how you can help.
Welcome back here to Rotary Field. We're moving on to the top of the 4th inning.
Batting next.
Southington holding on to that slim 1-0 lead, and they'll send up Jake Romano for the 2nd time here today. Jake rounded out the 3rd, his first time up. And just not a lot of hits in this game. 2 for Southington, none for Waterford.
I think there's 3 for Southington, Ross.
3 for Southington, yep.
2 in the first
right.
inning and
Yep,
1 in the last.
Check that. 3, yep. There's a strike called to Romano. Waterford has coached their general managers Harold Hansen. The head coach is Joe Marini. He's assisted by Chris Hallisey, Aaron Russell, and Daniel Santos IV. There's the 1-1 way outside. So it's 2-1. Site director for today's game from the American Legion's Marianne Bergeron, who used to be the first state commander of American Legion in Connecticut. She was the first female to ever take that title. Yep. And it's 3-1 now to Romano. And it's ball 4.
Not what you want to do if you're Waterford right now. Put on leadoff guys with walks.
Yep.
Cole.
Well, not to forget the Southington coaching staff. Their head coach is Mark Verderame. General manager is Robert Calvinek. And Mark Verderame is assisted by Vito Bacuzio, Josh Markles, and Bob Borkowski. Got to believe he's the father probably of the pitcher.
Yeah.
And here's the pitch. It's cut on and missed. As Brandon Cole struck out his first time up. Wears those stretch socks high. Red stretch socks, red batting gloves. What's that sticking out of his pocket then? Probably his hat, right? Here's the pitch. He bunts, and it's popped up, and it's caught by the pitcher. But getting back in time is Romano. So that time Cole trying to put down a bunt for a single, but he pops it up.
Batting next.
Let the water out, so to speak.
Anish Avancha.
Anish Avancha comes up for the 2nd time today. Anish, who grounded out to 3rd. 3 assists today by the 3rd baseman for Waterford, Ryan Bakken. And here's the pitch.
Gotta think that's a pretty good job by Romano getting back there. A lot of times people lay down the bunt and they don't even peek to see if the ball got down or not. He got right back to the bag.
Yep.
Making sure he didn't get doubled up.
Yeah, so we know it wasn't a bunt steal or
Bunt
a run.
run,
It wasn't that. So that's popped up out of play behind us. Some people down the right field line and then outfield and right field, staying under the trees, leisurely watching this game. It's that beautiful walkway they have out there in right field.
Yeah, we saw that the other day when we were here.
Yeah, during the
just
evening.
a great atmosphere out here at Rotary Field.
People taking a stroll. There's a playground behind us, another field behind us. There's
Ooh.
out into the gap in left center. That could be extras, but it's going to float between the left fielder. Here comes the throw to third. Lumbering into third is Romano, and he gets there. As Avancha gets a base hit.
Up next for Southington, number 3, Connor Patino.
Into that left center gap. It just sort of died after it reached the gap. But now there's runners at first and third, and only one out brings up Connor Patino, who lined out to the right fielder his first time up.
You got a lefty up here too, big hole in the right side while the first baseman holds the bag.
They're working him outside, trying to get him to ground it to the left side, and the first pitch is outside for ball 1.
You got to think Southington's going to put on something here to put the pressure on. Big lead at first base.
Yeah, I don't know what the foot speed of Avancha. Who knows? Their coach does. And there's a fly ball to center field. It's shallow, but coming on, and he makes the catch as a center fielder. Here comes the throw to the plate, and it's safe. It's not in time, and tagging up from first and going to second is Avancha. So a sac fly,
Batting for Southington,
RBI
number 10,
by Connor
Tyler
Patino.
Strong.
Scores Jake Romano, the second run of the game, so Southington leads it 2-0. Good throw that time by Silva, just a little bit high. And couldn't get the speedy Romano. Tyler Strong steps in now. And as I said, Anish Avancha tagged from first and went to second on the throw. And there's a strike now to Strong. Strong got a single his first time up.
Yeah, those were 2 big hits there, for a hit and then a sac fly, and now you're going to get a turnover in the batting order with the 9th batter up for Southington.
Curveball away, so it's now 1-1. To the 9-hitter Ryan Strong, who led off the last inning with a single, but then was stranded.
Riles, that's that leadoff walk really comes back to bite you.
Always does. There's a foul ball on the right field line, so it's 1-2. Yep, the leadoff walk ends up scoring. As Romano hustled to third base on Avancha's single to left center. Getting that extra base proved valuable. That was a shallow sac fly to center by Patino. Silva threw it all the way into the plate, just a little bit high. And here's the pitch. Cut on a tip for strike 3, and that'll do it for Southington here in the top of the 4th. They come up with 1 run on only 1 hit, no errors. They left 1 runner on base. We'll be right back with the bottom of the 4th. We're halfway through here at Rotary Field in South Windsor with Southington leading it by the score of 2-0.
As we recognize the service of America's men and women in uniform, let's also honor the families who sacrifice so much every day. As the service member serves, so does the family. Do you really want to honor a veteran? Look for ways to support their families and thank them for their sacrifices. Go to legion.org/honor-veterans to find out how you can help. The American Legion honors our newest generation of warriors and veterans. Please join us in supporting and recognizing their unique contributions and needs. Go to legion.org/honor-veterans to find out more.
Today, more than ever before, women are on the front lines of America's defense. These brave women struggle and sacrifice to help keep our country secure. They deserve to be recognized for their service as guardians of freedom. Please support the American Legion's efforts to serve the growing number of women veterans. Go to legion.org/honor veterans to find out how you can help.
Well, Waterford got here by defeating South Windsor 1-0, then beating Norwich 12-2, and then they had to go to the if game to defeat South Windsor again in order to get to this super regional. But they trail now by the score of 2-0, and they send up the top of the order, and they've really found it difficult to match this Nick Borkowski, who's just been buzzing right through their lineup.
Yeah, he went 1, 2, 3 in the first three innings.
Yep, with 3 strikeouts. Ben Jerome, leadoff hitter, struck out looking his first time up, takes ball 1. Curveball misses high.
You got to think about the pitcher, how he hasn't have to gone from the stretch yet, which doesn't change up his mojo. You know, you're just sitting there in your windup, which you know, that's got to affect you a little bit.
One hop ground ball taken by the third baseman, Jeremy Mercier, and he makes the play over to first base. Yeah, that one hopper made it easy for the third baseman, Mercier.
Batting for Waterford.
Oh, you're so
8,
right, Jim. It's just you're
Ryan
cruising along.
Yeah.
But, you know, then you got to see what happens sometimes. Once a guy gets on,
Then that messes you up, yeah. So we'll have to see.
Ryan Bakken steps in. He struck out his first time up. Well, the next game, which will be about a half hour after this one, is between West Hartford and Bristol. There's a strike. Two teams that are very familiar with each other, having played in the same zone, Zone 1. And then tomorrow at 1 o'clock, the loser of this game will play the loser of the West Hartford-Bristol game, and the 4 o'clock game after that will be the two winners playing.
Fouled
this
off.
game and the next game. Ball's fouled off. Yep, it's 0-2 now to Ryan Bakken, who also struck out his first time up.
No, and Waterford really not helping themselves out, always being an account where it's 0-2. A lot harder as a hitter.
Yep. There's the pitch. It's a line drive down the left field line. That'll be a base hit. Let's see if Bakken tries for 2, and he doesn't. He holds up, and that is a solid single down the left field line by Bakken on an 0-2 count.
First hit of the day for Waterford.
Number 1, Elijah Martinez.
That time the pitch was just too good. You know, he wanted to waste one up and in, and that time it didn't go high enough. And
when you're a pitcher, you can't give them a good pitch 0-2. You need some kind of waste pitch. You know the batter knows that they're behind in the count and they're going to become more aggressive as a hitter. Got to throw a curveball in the dirt or something that's a ball.
And here's the first pitch, the number 3 hitter, Martinez. He rips one right off the top of the glove of the third baseman, Mercier. 2 hits in a row now for Waterford.
Just like I said, though, Rouse, now he's in the stretch, kind of changed up your mojo.
Well, and you can see that Martinez was aggressively going after that first fastball. Brings up Peyton Sutman now with 1 out and runners at first and second. Southington, the defending state champions of Connecticut.
If you're Borkowski here, though, you just need to gather yourself, get a quick ground ball, and maybe get out of this inning with a double play.
Yep. There's another one smacked into center field, base hit. And there comes the throw, and it's wide, and it's awry, but the pitcher's covering the plate, and the catcher gets it.
Where was that guy throwing that ball?
Well, it seemed like he was thinking about going to second, changed his mind, and that's what happens when you don't have an idea of exactly where you're going to throw it. But 3 hits in a row for Waterford now. So the second time around for these hitters proves valuable to them. As now the bases are loaded in 1 out. And up comes Matt Sanford, who popped to the pitcher's first time up. And now Borkowski has himself in trouble as he steps off.
And the defense here, the first and third baseman up on the grass while the middle infielders play at that double play depth.
Which is going to be a lot harder to get with a left-handed batter up.
Yep. Get that
Matt
extra
Sanford.
couple steps towards the first base.
Especially with wooden bats, too, it's a little harder because the balls don't travel as fast to the infielders. And here's the pitch. And there's a blooper out into left center. Coming after it's the left fielder. Center fielder. He's got it. Here's the throw to the plate. And it's cut off. And Waterford has cut the lead in half. That one I thought might drop for a
Batting
while.
Waterford, number 13.
Yeah, it hung up there for a
Anthony
while.
Tanucci.
It blooped out there, and I thought it was going to drop, but it hung up long enough for that center fielder to backhand it. And nobody else advanced those runners at first and second, but the lead is now only 2-1.
Get a little conference here.
So on the basis of 3 hits in a row and a sac fly by Matt Sanford, Waterford now only trails by a lone run, 2-1.
Yeah, you got to give Waterford credit there. You know, you go down 2-0, and they fight back and get that one run to split the score.
Yeah. The second time around, as we said, has been very valuable to them. They learned a lot, I guess, on that first time around. As they've been able to put the ball in play. Out of the first 5 batters the first time around, there was 3 strikeouts, none the second time around. First pitch, right down for a strike. You know, we saw before the game Waterford's hitters off in that cage they have here, that indoor batting cage they have here.
Yeah, unbelievable facilities here, you know. Being able to have that is makes you a lot more dimensional.
Yep. Curveball, there's a rip foul on the left field line. Yeah, I remember when they were putting it up, they were raising funds to get it. They did a great job of doing that, and they finally got it built. And I tell you, as a high school coaches that we are, Jim, you know, you really want that indoor facility if you can have it.
Yeah, it makes you appreciate what you have. You know, you look and see that, and you're like, wow.
Yeah. Especially on rainy days in the spring where you can actually heat it. You don't have to freeze during your batting practice. There's a ball in the dirt to Anthony Tanucci, who popped the short his first time up. He's got a 1-2 count he's facing now.
No one likes swinging a bat when it's cold out.
Yeah. And I presume between innings, if you got a sub who just decides to go back there, if he's like a pinch hitter late in the game, he could actually keep taking BP during the game. There's a pitch up high, 2-2.
It's like those major leaguers that go down into the batting cages that they have underneath the stadium.
Yep. All 2s on the scoreboard now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs now to Anthony Tanucci. Fastball is up and away. So now the runners will be going. Base hit could score 2. At second is Martinez. Sutman at first. And Borkowski shakes off a couple of signs. He gets the one he wants. The runners go. Curveball misses low.
See, if you're a pitcher there and you know they're going full count, you got to do some kind of pickoff move, especially the second base. As soon as you leg kick, you spin, get the guy.
Yeah, some teams will try to decoy and go for the guy at first after they spin kick. You know, that's not a bad idea. And that'll bring out head coach, looks like Mark Verderame, walking slowly, or that or one of his assistants, rather, walking slowly out to the mound to talk to Borkowski. Borkowski, who threw in the first 3 innings to the minimum, has now faced 6 batters in this inning, and Waterford is 90 feet away from tying it up. There's 2 outs, and up comes Ryan O'Connell, the big first baseman for Waterford. He grounded to the pitcher his first time up. Waterford now in a position to either tie it up or take the lead.
So what do you tell your outfielders here with 2 outs, Riles? You know,
play normal.
Play normal, right?
2 outs. Play ball where you might play for O'Connell. Simple
ball
as
on
that.
the ground, you got to be shooting for, though, right?
Absolutely. Yep. For that cutoff to the 4-cut man, left field, going to the 3rd base cut, right field, center field, usually first baseman. Borkowski comes set now, deals his first pitch to O'Connell. It's in there for a strike. O'Connell taken all the way after that walk to the batter in front of him, Tanucci. Borkowski comes set. Still from the stretch. Hard fastball is caught outside. A Webedeck glove by Josh Panarella. So it's 1-1. Borkowski shakes off a pitch. Now wants his one he wants, and here's the pitch. Fastball cut on and missed. Low fastball that tipped on the bottom part of O'Connell's bat. He's now down 1-2. We're in the bottom of the fourth inning. Southington hanging on to a 2-1 lead here at Rotary Field in South Windsor, Connecticut, as some of these clouds start to look a little gray out there in right center, but nothing really collecting yet. Hard fastball outside. Either that or a hard slider. So it's 2-2 now to O'Connell. Lukowski shakes another one off. Crash Davis doesn't like those things. Right? Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He got the one he wanted. He knew the pitch he wanted to throw to O'Connell, and he got it for a big, big strikeout. Well, for Waterford, they cut the lead in half. They score 1 run on a total of 3 hits, no errors, but they leave 3 runners on base. We'll be back. The top of the 5th inning. Southington still leads it by the score of 2-1.
Life in the military is one of service and sacrifice. And for some, that sacrifice is more than many of us can imagine. Please join with the American Legion in recognizing and supporting our wounded warriors and their families. Let's not allow them to be forgotten and left to fend for themselves. They deserve more. Sometimes just thank you isn't enough. Go to legion.org/honor veterans to find out how you can help.
Oh, welcome back to Rotary Field. In South Windsor, Connecticut, we've got a good one here. This super regional game, the first one in the Northern Sectional. And Southington leads it by a score of 2-1 over Zone 6's Waterford. And as we said before, about a half hour after this, scheduled actually for 4 o'clock, is West Hartford versus Bristol. And here's the first pitch to Sean Crean, and he grounds it to short. Going over and missing it is the shortstop as he kicked it. So Crean is aboard on an error. The first error of the game for Waterford. It looked that time like Martinez was thinking about maybe backhanding it, but he got there, and then it went off the right side of his body.
And you got to know Crean's got speed there. That was a little slow roller.
Yeah, you got to think, though, that he might, if he had to do it again, he might have backhanded that one. Yeah. And here's the first pitch to him. There's a chopper foul. Not bunting, it's Jeremy Mercer. Crean gets himself on base now 3 times. That's exactly what you want from your leadoff batter. Single, a walk, and an error. Certainly does the job for this Southington team. Mercier now popped to short, line to left. He's trying to get his first hit of the day. Sutman still on the mound for Waterford. Foot against foot, and there goes Crean. Swing and a miss. Here goes the throw to second. It's not going to be in time.
Second stolen base on the day for Crean.
Mercer swung through it, so he's got 2 strikes on him now. 0-2. So it must have been a hit and run or a run and hit.
Yeah, now Mercer here, 0-2, behind the count. Got to put the ball in play. If you're him.
If you're him, you want to put it in play to the right side if you can. Here's the pitch, and he hits a base hit to left, 0-2. So we talked about sometimes you give him too good of a pitch, and that time they certainly did 0-2 this time. And now we got runners at first and third, and nobody out. Southington with their 5th hit of the game.
You know, how big is that steal, though, by Crean? Like,
yeah.
You know, getting to second base and then being able to advance to third instead of just first and second.
Yep, when that ball went through. But, You know, if you're Sutman, that was a little too good. He was trying to keep it inside probably to make him pull a ground ball. So now Leifert steps in. He got a double down the left field line. This time he pops it up in the infield.
It's going to be a tough one.
Yep, the second baseman roaming around. The first baseman, they collide and fall. The runner tags Green. Here comes the throw. He fakes it, and he gets back, luckily. Luckily, the catcher blocked that ball in the dirt because that one, if it got by him, would have been a run. There was no backup.
The second baseman caught that one, though, right?
Yep, second baseman caught it, so that's a P4. Nobody advanced.
Batting for Southington, number 7.
But I'll tell you, Crean
Josh
was itching as soon as that collision happened and the second baseman fell. Nobody was backing up the throw to the plate. The ball bounced into the catcher. And here's the pitch. With one out now, it's a strike one called to Josh Panarella. Popped the short, grounded to third. Panarella trying to get his team have a bigger lead. It's the pitch. Everyone's low. So runners are still at first and third. Look for that runner at first base. At some point, you got to believe your number 2 hitter in the lineup has some speed. Look for him to run. Sutman comes set. And he kicks, the runner does not go. There's a curveball. That one's looped out into center field. Coming on in shallow center. Green won't try this time. So he wouldn't have made it. Silva caught in center field and threw it all the way to the plate. So now, first and third and nobody out. And it's now first and third and 2 outs.
Yeah, you know, Southington not being able to get it done. 2 pop-ups. When you have runners in scoring position, like our old coach Kello would say, you need to hit the ball down and hard.
Yeah, I know. You can't. Pop-ups just don't get it done, as they say. Fly ball will get it done, but pop-ups, shallow fly balls don't. There's another one, fly ball to center field. This should do it. Bobby Silva under it and makes the easy catch. 2 flyouts in a row to center field, and Southington comes up empty. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error, and 2 runners left on base. That's the 5th and 6th runners left on base here this afternoon for Southington. So they come up empty. Waterford still only trails it by the score of 2-1.
The American Legion. We're a powerful force for the nation. We're patriots through and through. We believe in our flag and all that it stands for. Our Constitution, our Pledge of Allegiance, our way of life are all fundamental to maintaining our freedom and the standing that we have as the greatest country on earth. We promote and defend these values every day in communities across the nation. Go to legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to America.
The American Legion honors our newest generation of warriors and veterans. Please join us in supporting and recognizing their unique contributions and needs. Go to legion.org/honor veterans to find out more. Life in the military is one of service and sacrifice. And for some, that sacrifice is more than many of us can imagine. Please join with the American Legion in recognizing and supporting our wounded warriors and their families. Let's not allow them to be forgotten and left to fend for themselves. They deserve more. Sometimes just thank you isn't enough. Go to legion.org/honor veterans to find out how you can help.
Well, Southington leads it by the score of 2-1 here in the bottom of the 5th. They were stretching at the end of this inning if you were a Waterford fan. And Waterford now, who came back to get a run in the last inning, now brings up Robert Zawacki to the plate. He grounded to second his first time up. 2 runs on 5 hits, no errors, 6 left on base for Southington. 1, 3, 1, and 3 for Waterford. Popped up in the infield. Romano underneath it, and he makes the catch.
Oh, I could smell those hamburgers, Riles. I think after this game, I'm going to have to go down there and hit that concession stand again.
Yeah, they're certainly down there below. It's the hamburgers, hot dogs, popcorn. They got a lot down there.
Bob Silva.
I was thinking one of these guys, what'd you say last time, that Subway sign out there? They should give him a free sub.
If they hit it, yeah.
Get a little motivation.
Yeah. The left-handed Bobby Silva steps in. Did he go? And that's a tough one for the runner. They could call it a yes. The first base umpire just went yes. There's a third base umpire down there. You didn't ask him.
Yeah.
It's like, what the heck?
Yeah, I think he definitely went on that.
Definitely went, but you would ask the guy with the angle, wouldn't you?
Ooh.
There's a diving stab. Anish Avancha, the play of the game so far, robs Rob Silva. Or they call him Bob Silva, but he certainly got robbed
Waterford,
on that
number
one.
3, Ben Jerome.
The best defensive play of the game so far.
And now you got your top of your order coming up with 2 outs.
Yep.
Ben Jerome stepping in.
Yep, Ben struck out, ground to third. Curveball in there for a strike. See if we can check that weather forecast. Things are still in a delay down there at Seppa Field. So they haven't been able to get underway there. Curveball, swing and a miss up high.
You got to imagine that's going to push back the second game between, who's Naugatuck playing?
Naugatuck is playing Cheshire.
Ooh.
Yeah. Supposed to start at 4. I guess it won't. There's a ball in the dirt. So it's 1 and 2. Curveball, tried to see if it would get him. Jerome wasn't biting.
Yeah, Thursday night we were down at Naugatuck High School watching Naugatuck versus Trumbull, which Trumbull pushed the second game and Naugatuck won in the 8th inning.
Yeah.
6-3.
So that was something of a battle, and you have to say that Naugatuck team is battle-tested. And there's a ball down low. Quarter of the team from Southington started running off the field. As if it was strike 3.
Yeah, we thought that that Naugatuck team was down in the dumps, but
after they lost that first game, yeah. There's a ball down low, 3 and 2 now. So from 0 and 2 to 3 and 2.
We definitely got a little battle going here. I don't think Watertown's thinks they're out of this yet.
Not by a long shot. It's only 2-1. In the bottom of the 5th, here's Borkowski's 3-2. Curve. It's lofted into left field. Should be played by the left fielder Crean, and it is. So 3 up, 3 down here in the bottom of the 5th for Waterford. They still trail it by the score of 2-1.
As we recognize the service of America's men and women in uniform, let's also honor the families who sacrifice so much every day. As the service member serves, so does the family. Do you really want to honor a veteran? Look for ways to support their families and thank them for their sacrifices. Go to legion.org/honor-veterans to find out how you can help. The American Legion honors our newest generation of warriors and veterans. Please join us in supporting and recognizing their unique contributions and needs. Go to legion.org/honor-veterans to find out more.
Today, more than ever before, women are on the front lines of America's defense. These brave women struggle and sacrifice to help keep our country secure. They deserve to be recognized for their service as guardians of freedom. Please support the American Legion's efforts to serve the growing number of women veterans. Go to legion.org/honor-veterans to find out how you can help.
As we recognize the service of America's men and women in uniform, let's also honor the families who sacrifice so much every day. As the service member serves, so does the family. Do you really want to honor a veteran? Look for ways to support their families and thank them for their sacrifices. Go to legion.org/honor-veterans to find out how you can help. The American Legion honors our newest generation of warriors and veterans. Please join us in supporting and recognizing their unique contributions and needs. Go to legion.org/honor-veterans to find out more.
Today, more than ever before, women are on the front lines of America's defense. These brave women struggle and sacrifice.
All right, it may be raining and lightning down in that New Britain area where Seppa Field is in the southern sectional, but up here at South Windsor, it's still got some sun and some mixture of clouds, and they're predicting a storm soon, but haven't seen it yet. Here's the first pitch now. On the top of the 6th inning is a strike to Brandon Cole.
Yeah, he K'd and then he bunted it back to the pitcher. Yep. So he's 0 for 2 on the day.
There's the ball down low, so it's 1-1.
Cole actually batting .281 on the season through 24 games.
That's not bad with a wooden bat. Curveball up high. It's 2-1. Jeremy Mercier now warming up down the right field line for Southington. And here's the curveball into the mask of the umpire. The ball gets bounced off. He's got to buy one of those E-Force masks they sell now. I don't know why they don't. Company E-Force in Derby, Connecticut makes a shock-proof mask. So, you know, they prevent concussions for catchers and for umpires. Yep, I always buy one for my catchers. I heard that they're going to change the catcher's chest protector next year, Jim. For high
Really?
school. Yeah. Some kind of plate must be in there for heart protection, I suppose. Yeah, that's what I heard anyway.
Yeah, you got to protect the catcher, you know, between the bat and the ball. And
There's a high fly. Looks like it's way going to turn foul. Hit it a long way.
ooh, off
Did
the
turn it
garage
goal.
out there in left field. On the left field fence.
Maybe somebody's in there. Still some people down that right field line underneath some trees, small trees, getting shade, taking in a great game. Here's the pitch. Strike 3 called, and Cole can't believe it.
Just don't throw a JV baseball back into the field.
Yeah, I know. Get the wrong ball to come back in,
Batting
right?
for Southington, number 13.
That is only the third K. Sorry, it's the third K of the game for Peyton Sutman. Anish Avancha, who made that great stab from first base in the bottom of the fourth.
Yeah, and he singled
Or
his
fifth,
last
rather.
time up.
Yep.
Grounded out to the third baseman. He's 1 and 2 on the day.
Right now, our weather radar shows a cell right over New Britain, south of Hartford, and another cell over towards Willimantic. There's a strike. It's 1-1 now to Anish. Here's a ball up high. It's pretty neat now on a lot of these websites for weather is the way they have the predictive radar to show you how it's going to look, you know, in a little while. There's a ball inside, so it's 3-1.
Yeah, that looked like a curveball that did not have that centrifugal force.
Wasn't spinning.
Hung it up there. Fouled off.
Yep, 3-2 now. Well, I got to believe if it's somewhere around there, it's going to start floating towards us pretty soon, that cell down there in New Britain area. And here's the payoff pitch. It's popped up in foul ground. Chasing it's the first baseman. He calls it. Does Ryan O'Connell, and he makes the grab. So 2 up, 2 down here in the top of the 6th inning for Southington. Connor Patnude got an RBI single in the 4th, comes up for the second time, an RBI sac fly, I should say, in the 4th, and he lined to right his first time up. Yeah, it looks like depending upon where that cell goes, it could miss South Windsor, could cut the bottom of it. There's a high fly in the left center field. Chasing it, and he won't get it as he undercut the left fielder, Sanford. And coming into second with a double is Connor Patnaud. So that ball looked like it was going to be a fly ball to left, but it looked like Sanford sort of undercut it a little bit, and then he started chasing it.
Yeah, you know, Rouse, that was a weird angle going out there with the lefty slicing it back towards the left fielder, and he just did not get a good jump on that one.
Well, at least the predictive radar, Jim, has us catching some rain in a short amount of time.
Well, good thing we have some cover here, unlike when we were in Stratford the other night, and it goes into the 11th inning, and we're going, oh man, and we hope the computer equipment doesn't get wet.
Yeah. And then what happened was it rained as soon as the game ended. We're lucky it ended in the 11th inning between Stratford and Danbury. Then Danbury moved on to play Cheshire and got defeated in that sectional. Tyler Strong steps up. He's 1 for 2 to strike out in a single. He takes the first pitch strike. Still on the mound is Peyton Sutman.
If you're Southington here, though, that's a big double. Now Tyler Strong comes up, and you're going to get that turnover in the 7th inning. Your top of the order gets a chance at another run. but you could really use this insurance run.
Yep.
You do not want to be
Yeah, I
going
know.
into the 7th inning only, or
Well, we've
up
seen
one
how many
run.
games have we ever seen where a team trailing by 1 going into the bottom of the 6th then takes the lead, and then all the pressure's on the team that's been winning the entire game.
Yep.
You know, see that so many times. Swing and a miss on a tip, and Peyton Sutman gets out of it as strong, goes out swinging. That's the 4th strikeout of the game for Sutman. So Southington comes up empty here in the 6th. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 runner left on base. We're going to the bottom of the 6th inning here at Rotary Field in South Windsor, Connecticut. The score remains Southington 2 and Waterford 1.
I never realized how much the American Legion did in our community until I was overseas and my family needed help. The Legion was there, taking care of things I couldn't, and they asked nothing in return. I guess it's because they know what I'm going through. They've been here before, and when I looked into it, I discovered that there was a way for me to continue to serve my fellow veterans and my community through the American Legion. That's why I joined.
The American Legion, we're a powerful force for the nation. We're patriots through and through. We believe in our flag and all that it stands for. Our Constitution, our Pledge of Allegiance, our way of life are all fundamental to maintaining our freedom and the standing that we have as the greatest country on earth. We promote and defend these values every day in communities across the nation. Go to legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to America.
America, meet Greg Anderson. Served 2 tours in
Yep. All right, back here at Rotary Field. The bottom of the 6th inning for Waterford. Here we go, Ryan Bakken. The only run of the game so far. Comes up, he singled down the left field line his second time up, struck out his first time, takes a curve and swings through it for strike 1 here. Still on the mound, Nick Borkowski. The only inning really he's been hit is that 4th inning where he gave up 3 hits in a row. Another slider curve.
And he
away.
actually gave it up to the 2, 3, and 4 batters, so
Yep.
that's who he's going to
This is
see.
it for Waterford. You really want to get their hits now. And here's the 1-1. Fastball low. 2-1. Well, that Southern Regional at Seppa Field still in a rain delay, or lightning delay more. Hamden against Stamford. Naugatuck Cheshire after that. That'll be into the night. Ball down low. So it's 3-1.
You do not want to put this guy on with a walk.
Absolutely. And here's the pitch. Strike 2 called. Well, we know that Borkowski doesn't walk a lot of people, as you saw when you mentioned the stat earlier today, Jim.
Yeah, I think he walked one person.
1 today, yeah.
Yeah, in the 4th inning.
There's a ground ball fouled on the left field line, and the third base coach just lifts his leg up and lets it go by.
Yeah, and that walk didn't even hurt him. He walked the bases loaded and then K'd the following guy.
That coach down there, he could have used his helmet, I suppose, to try to scoop it up. You know, but American Legion coaches are required to wear helmets on the base paths, a good safety measure. They don't have to have the flap, but the here's the 3-0 rather. Curveball, ball 4. So Bakken is aboard with the leadoff walk.
Number 1, Elijah Martinez.
And they are warming up another bat. They were warming up Mercier before the prior inning. And now Waterford with the leadoff runner on. There's the ball, goes by the first baseman. It's going down to second base. It could get to third. He rounds second, does Bakken, and he'll make it to third base. And now Waterford, excuse me, on the error by the pitcher on a pickoff attempt. They've got the ball. They got the runner all the way to third base.
Yeah, Riles, you know, I told you cannot walk that leadoff guy, and then The error on the throw now puts the winning or the tying run 90 feet away.
And Elijah Martinez now. Southington's infield up on the corners. They're about halfway. Now they're moving up a little more. The ground ball towards the shortstop. He backhands it. Holds the runner. Throws to first. It's up the line. Making the tag is Anish Avancha with his glove. And rolling down. I'm surprised the runner on third just simply held as that all took place. But it does. So scored that one a 6-3 rather. Great play by the first baseman. I'll tell you, he's made two great plays here today.
Yeah, and even Romano there, backhanding it in the hole, checking the third baseman, and then making the throw.
It brings up Peyton Sutman, singled and struck out.
If you're Waterford here, though, all you need is a fly ball to the outfield to try to get that runner in.
Yep, first pitch is a strike. And you notice how that second baseman goes back there to back up that throw.
We have not seen that much during this tournament.
You don't see him, and then he hustles over there to make sure that there's no errant throw by the catcher. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. To Peyton Sutman, the pitcher from Waterford can do it himself. And here's the 0-2 pitch. Borkowski looks in. He kicks and deals. Curveball, swing and a miss. He gets a strikeout when he needs it.
That's huge there. 2 big outs for Southington. Now that sac fly is totally taken out of the equation.
Number 7.
And it brings up, just as you mentioned that, Jim, it brings up a guy who hit a sac fly today, Matt Sanford. He got the sac fly RBI in the 4th inning, popped to the pitcher. Now a runner on third, nobody out. There's a runner on third and 2 outs. And here's the pitch. Curveball, calling that a strike. Just nipped that up and out corner there. Would have been a little high, but just tipped it. So it's 0-1 now to Stanford. Here's the pitch. Fastball cut on and missed. It's 0-2.
Yeah, wow, have the tides changed here. You know, Waterford gets that guy on at third with no outs. Now it's 0-2.
Yep, the meat of their order. And here's Borkowski. The 0-2 way outside, making that jumping catch is Josh Panarella to save a run. You don't want to wild pitch the guy in. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the 6th, Southington leads it by a sole run. In this super regional game here at Rotary Field in South Windsor. Curveball, that one misses. Just didn't have enough spin on it. So it's 2 balls, 2 strikes to Sanford, I should say. And Borkowski looks in. Hasn't been shaking off a lot of pitches lately, has he? Fastball fouled off the left side.
And Sanford just threw his bat out at that one, just fouling it off.
Not want to strike out. He just put the bat on the ball. Sanford. And here's the pitch. Tipped again by Sanford. I wonder if he takes any ribbing for Sanford and Son, you know, like the father, you know, him. You wonder, like some of them. And here's the pitch. Outside and high, so it's full. Well, you can't walk the winning run on base. And now I think that's going to bring out some discussion. I don't know. Their time is called, as I think they're asking for some kind of they're picking up something that might have fallen on the field. Or I think he's asking the official score for some kind of ruling. And now out goes the coach on a 3-2 pitch. Maybe it's the pitch count he's trying to. Maybe he's right at that pitch count. He's going to take him out 3-2, and he does. He takes him out with a 3-2 count, and he. Well, we'll tell you who the new pitcher is on the flip side.
I never realized how much the American Legion did in our community until I was overseas and my family needed help. The Legion was there, taking care of things I couldn't, and they asked nothing in return. I guess it's because they know what I'm going through. They've been here before, and when I looked into it, I discovered that there was a way for me to continue to serve my fellow veterans and my community through the American Legion. That's why I joined.
The American Legion. We're a powerful force for the nation. We're patriots through and through. We believe in our flag and all that it stands for. Our Constitution, our Pledge of Allegiance, our way of life are all fundamental to maintaining our freedom and the standing that we have as the greatest country on earth. We promote and defend these values every day in communities across the nation. Go to legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to America.
America, meet Greg Anderson, served 2 tours in Afghanistan, Bronze Star and Purple Heart recipient, and unemployed. The unemployment rate among transitioning service members is unacceptably high, much higher than the general population. Veterans are a proven commodity. They're mature, reliable, and hardworking, and they deserve a chance to get back to work after serving their country. Do you really want to honor a veteran? Hire one. Go to legion.org/honor veterans to find out how you can help.
I never realized how much the American Legion did in our community until I was overseas and my family needed help. The Legion was there, taking care of things I couldn't, and they asked nothing in return. I guess it's because they know what I'm going through. They've been here before, and when I looked into it, I discovered that there was a way for me to continue to serve my fellow veterans and my community through the American Legion. That's why I joined.
The American Legion. We're a powerful force for the nation. We're patriots through and through. We believe in our flag and all that it stands for. Our Constitution, our Pledge of Allegiance, our way of life are all fundamental to maintaining our freedom and the standing that we have as the greatest country on earth. We promote and defend these values.
All right, back here is the 3-2 pitch from Jeremy Mercier, and there's a bloop out to the shortstop. One pitch in the final out of the inning takes place. Well, Jeremy Mercier, just to let you know, he came on the pitch. He only had to throw that one pitch over there to Sanford. And what they did was they entered the DH. So Kyle Leifert, the DH, enters the game. He was playing at third base. So that'll do it for Waterford here in the bottom of the 6th inning, as they get a runner on third and nobody out, but they come up empty. We'll be back with the top of the 7th inning with the score remaining Southington 2 and Waterford 1.
As we recognize the service of America's men and women in uniform, let's also honor the families who sacrifice so much every day. As the service member serves, so does the family. Do you really want to honor a veteran? Look for ways to support their families and thank them for their sacrifices. Go to legion.org/honor veterans to find out how you can help. The American Legion honors our newest generation of warriors and veterans. Please join us in supporting and recognizing their unique contributions and needs. Go to legion.org/honor veterans to find out more.
Today, more than ever before, women are on the front lines of America's defense. These brave women struggle and sacrifice to help keep our country secure. They deserve to be recognized for their service as guardians of freedom. Please support the American Legion's efforts to serve the growing number of women veterans. Go to legion.org/honor veterans to find out how you can help.
All right, well, one pitch and a critical out, and Jeremy Mercier gets the job done in the bottom of the 6th for Southington. Now up is the top of the order, Sean Crane. It's a new pitcher on the mound. Is that a new pitcher or the same one?
Number
10. Same one. Peyton Sutman still on the mound.
Yeah, and Crane has been on every time up this game. He's what is he? 1-0 or he's 1 and 2. Oh, well, an error.
1 for 2, right?
1 for 2 with an error.
There's a ball down low, so it's 1-1 to Sean Crean. He has an older brother as well that played for St. Paul years ago, too. Here's a strike. It's 1-2 now. Yep. Sean gets on base. He's walked, got a base hit, stole 2 bases. He could run. 1-2. Curveball nearly beans him. It did hit his helmet. Did. Just as he ducked down, it just tipped the top of his helmet.
And he's been on all 4 times today. You
Yep.
gotta think he's gonna steal here. He's stolen
Yeah.
twice today.
Or there's a bunt or a
Batting for
fake bunt
Southington,
steal or
number
something.
14, Jeremy Mercier.
Yep. So the pitcher, the relief pitcher, I should say, Jeremy Mercier steps in. He's 1 for 3, popped to short, line to left, and singled. Green with a big lead, kick and go. There's a pop up in the infield. Pop ups just don't get it done. And the third baseman, Bakken, makes the easy catch. So while Mercier got a hit his last
Batting
time
for
up, coach
Southington,
let him swing
number
away
21,
and he pops it up.
Kyle Leifert.
Got to think that Green's going to be going at some point. Kyle Leifert, now the third baseman, formerly the designated hitter, he steps in. He is doubled and popped to first, popped to second. Throw over to first, long-armed. No chance of getting Green. We got to believe Green's going at some point here. And Peyton comes set now. Sutman deals. The runner fakes a go. There's a ground ball to second. Will they get him? He bobbles it at third, and he got the error. He was trying to get that lead runner. I think he just peeked at where the runner was because the runner started to go, faked it.
Yeah, he made a good play on the ball. It was the transfer
For
where he
Southington,
dropped it.
Number 7, Josh Panarelli.
So that's the second error of the game for Waterford, and I think he was just worried about Green, and that's what a fast runner can do for you.
You know, and having the going call, that fake steal, kind of threw him off as well.
Threw him off. He thought maybe he's going, maybe he had to go to first, then he realized he can go to second, then he just realized he can't go anywhere. So with 1 out, there's first and second now as Josh Panarella, the cleanup hitter, tries to clean up here. Popped the short ground to the third, fly to center, takes ball 1.
Yeah,
2-1.
If you're Waterford here, you really need to hold this to a 1-run game.
Absolutely. Yep. You cannot allow them to bring in. They already brought in what with their closer, I would think.
Whoa.
Uh-oh, they're trying some kind of thing to draw the pitcher. I think the catcher to throw to first, maybe. I don't know, but there's 1 out, so I don't get it. Maybe there was a play on and Green didn't see it. Maybe it was a hit and run and Green or the batter just didn't execute it.
Definitely some communication
Could have
there.
been a disaster there for Southington. Here's the pitch, way outside, so it's now 2-1 to Panarella, the Southington catcher. Southington, as we said before, are the defending state champions here in Connecticut. And they're certainly defending their title. What a good game here this afternoon. There's the pitch, up high. There's 3-1 now. You don't want to walk those bases loaded. See if Green puts on a little fake steal action from second base here to make them throw ball 4. They're holding the runner on at first. And here's the pitch. There's a high fly to left field, and stepping under it, it's the left fielder Sanford, and he makes the catch. So Panarella has not got it done so far here today as he's 0 for 4. Brings up Jake Romano to try to
Batting
stretch
for
this
Southington,
lead.
number 8, Jake Romano.
So far today, Sutman has scattered 6 hits, struck out 4, walked 2, hit 1. Still on the mound in the 7th inning for Southington. 105 is his limit. Romano 0 for 2. Now they got the runner taking off again to get into some kind of rundown, and maybe they're going to try to run Green. I don't know. He was way off the bag at first base, trying to draw a throw. 2 outs now. I think they would kind of think that Green's going to come all the way around and score before you get that rundown out. That's going to be an incredible attempt.
Yeah.
There's a foul ball. It's now 0-2. As that one ricochets off the backstop. Doesn't affect our cam.
Good.
I know. But it's 0-2, and Romano has a big hole. Now, if you're going to run one of those plays, you run it with 2 strikes and 2 outs on the waste pitch. First baseman now behind the runner, and here they do that. Here they go. Here's the throw to third. It's not in time. They stole third.
Yeah, Green's 3rd stolen base on the day.
Yep. Leifert scoots down to second, but now it's 1 and 2. I think it might have been Crean who just didn't see the signs. The other guy first kept running off the base.
Yeah.
Thinking he was going. Curveball, there's a looper, base hit into left center. 1 run will score. Here comes the second run, and he'll come in. So a 2 RBI single by Jake Romano right off the tip of Elijah Martinez's glove. Scores Crean from third and scores Leifert from second. And Southington now has a 4-1 lead. A big 2-out, 2-strike single by Romano has got them aboard. Brings up Brandon Cole. He flies to left field, deep and high, way back there, way back. He won't get it. And it's a ground rule double as it bounces over the fence. Fortunately for Waterford, it bounces over the fence.
Wow, if that didn't happen, you got to think Romano scoring on that.
Oh, yes. Now the Southington coach patting the umpire on the back. They're patting each other on the back. They're trying to see if that maybe the runner had been going, and he's trying to pull one of those to try to get that run, but he won't get it. As that ball was skied out there.
Yeah, Cole really got a hold of that one.
So that's a double by
Batting for Southington, number 13.
Cole.
Anish
He's at second
Avancha.
base, right. So Romano at third, Cole at second.
And Anish Avancha comes into the play. He's 1 for 3 on the day.
Yep.
Grounded out to the third baseman and popped up to the first baseman.
It all started with the hit batter, but Sean Crean sparking this offense again. 2 runs on the day, been on base all 4 times he's up. And an error by the third baseman, and the floodgates opened a bit. There's a ground ball to third. Bakken gets it, fires it across the diamond for the final out of the inning. But Southington has done it. They got some insurance. They got 2 runs on a total of only 2 hits. There was an error, and they left 2 runners on base. Well, let's see if Waterford can come back as they trail it by the score now of 4-1. 4-1. Stay tuned.
As we recognize the service of America's men and women in uniform, let's also honor the families who sacrifice so much every day. As the service member serves, so does the family. Do you really want to honor a veteran? Look for ways to support their families and thank them for their sacrifices. Go to legion.org/honor-veterans to find out how you can help. The American Legion honors our newest generation of warriors and veterans. Please join us in supporting and recognizing their unique contributions and needs. Go to legion.org/honor-veterans to find out more.
Today, more than ever before, women are on the front lines of America's defense. These brave women struggle and sacrifice to help keep our country secure. They deserve to be recognized for their service as guardians of freedom. Please support the American Legion's efforts to serve the growing number of women veterans. Go to legion.org/honor-veterans to find out how you can help.
As we recognize the service of America's men and women.
So here we go in the bottom of the 7th inning. Waterford's last chance to try to get, they need 3 to tie, 4 to win. They'll send up to 6, 7, 8, 9 batters. Anthony Tanucci, Ryan O'Connell, Rob Zawacki.
What are you telling these Waterford batters right now, Riles? Down 3.
Well, take a strike. And he does. Well, now on the mound is Jeremy Mercier. As we said, he came on. He's the UConn product. You know, he was a pitcher for Southington last year, and now at UConn. He's one of those older guys, and he throws hard. And there's an 0-1 count. He throws another one that's grounded fouled on the third baseline. So Tanucci down to 0-2 now. Well, the big one, Jake Romano with a 2 RBI single. Green was hit by a pitch. Mercier popped up. Leifert got on an error. The double steal was second and third. Fly out to left and a 2 RBI single. There's a ground ball slowly hit to the second baseman. He takes it on 3 hops. Snaps it to Anish just in time. Should say Anish Avancha. So there's one out here in the 7th inning. Well, should Waterford
Batting for
lose this
Waterford,
game, they will
number
play
11,
tomorrow
Ryan O'Connell.
at 1 o'clock. And Southington, should they win, will play at 4 o'clock against the winner of the next game. You never know here. There's the ball outside as Ryan O'Connell steps in. He's 0 for 2. The book is closed on Nick Borkowski. He could still get the win in the game because we were ahead when he came in. There's a base hit to center field. So they're not going down easy. 4th hit of the game for Waterford. First hit off the relief pitcher Mercier. A pinch hitter is coming in now to bat for
Batting for
Sawackee.
Waterford, number 2, Liam Kane.
Liam Kane coming in the bat now with a runner on first for Zawicki. They're trailing 3, so that runner on first got to come around the bases standing up. First pitch outside from Jeremy Mercier. Mercier checks the runner at first. Not a big lead at first by O'Connell. There's a ground ball to third. Scooped up by the third baseman. Over to second for 1. Back to first. It's overthrown, but the runner will not advance. No error because you never can assume a double play. So on the fielder's choice, O'Connell is erased. Kane is down to first. Brings up Silva.
Batting next, number 4, Bob Silva.
Well, Jim, we've had some great defensive plays here so far, in particular by Anish Shavancha. That diving snap back in the 5th inning.
Yep.
He just caught it in midair on the dive. Made some saving plays over there at first base. He's had a good game.
Yeah, another one was that backhand by Romano when
Romano,
that guy
yep.
was on third. That was
Third,
huge because if that run had gotten in, it would have been a tie ball game.
Absolutely. There's a ball down low and away to Silva. One runner on base. 2 outs. Waterford trailing at 4-1 here in the bottom of the 7th inning. And here's the pitch. It's a ground ball back to the mound. That should do it. As Mercier takes it himself. So a 1 unassisted takes it. Mercier leaves nothing to chance as they win the game by the score of 4-1. For Southington, they got 4 runs on a total of 8 hits. They committed 1 error. They left 9 runners on base. For Waterford, they got 1 run on 4 hits, 2 errors, and 3 left on base. The winning pitcher today, Nick Borkowski, and the losing pitcher, Peyton Sutman. So what we know now is Southington is now in the winner's bracket, as they say. As they'll play the winner of the next game between West Hartford and Bristol, which is scheduled to start at 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And then the loser, Waterford, will now go to the challenge bracket, play tomorrow at 1 o'clock against the loser of the next game between West Hartford and Bristol. So that'll do it here from Rotary Field in Waterbury, Connecticut, of this Game 1 of the Northern Sectional Super Regionals. For Steve Riley and Jim Vartelis. Jim, you know, we'll be back here again
We will, Riles.
at 4 o'clock for the big game between Bristol and West Hartford, the Battle of Zone 1. So
Feel
keep
free
this
to swing
online,
by
and
the
just
snack
about
shack.
4
We've
o'clock,
got,
we'll come
our
on
local
earlier.
Dogs
But
crisp and
we'll be
cooked,
back
ready to
here
go,
at
as well as
approximately 4
cheeseburgers
o'clock.
and
Good
every kind
afternoon,
of candy
everybody, for now.
imaginable, every flavor of Gatorade.